Hello and welcome to my workshop. It's Christmas. Well, it's not Christmas yet, it's coming up to Christmas though. And it's a time when we take for granted that we're going to be visiting our friends in each other's homes. But this year might be slightly different, we don't know yet, but we think it will be. So you might not be able to visit as many friends as you like. So I thought it'd be quite nice to make a Christmas card themed around visiting people in their homes or being at home and getting visitors. And I thought I'd do it slightly differently to a plain Christmas card. I thought we could do a pop-up Christmas card like this. Christmas card of the home with people in the home and people visiting. This could be a theme about any people that you would visit in their home or you would like them to visit you. So you can send this card to them as a way of saying that you're going to miss their visit. And it's constructed of just from card and bits of coloured paper and reflective material. So I thought I could show you how to make this. And to do that you'll need to come a little bit closer and down onto my workshop's table. Okay then, to make our Christmas pop-up house, I'm going to be using some card, different coloured card. I'm going to be using a white card for background, for the actual shape of the card, and then I'm going to be using the coloured card to make the pop-up house. I've got an assortment of shiny materials for the Christmas decorations, a set of fine liners for the drawing, for the detailing, scissors for cutting, glue stick and some extra glue just in case, and pencils for marking out, and obviously little rulers and things for measuring. Right, I'm going to use the buff card to make the body of the house. This is A5 size, which is half of A4, and the first step is to fold it in half, like that. And I'm just going to rub down the fold with this plastic ruler. Any piece of thick plastic will do. That makes a nice firm crease. So that's going to be the front of the house. Okay. And then the next step is to fold in that way to make the sides of the house. Again, use the ruler to make the crease sharp. Again onto the other side. So that's made a very nice sharp crease. So that forms the first part of the house. Then we need to make a tab so we can glue it onto the back of the card. So I'm going to fold it over just a little bit like that, making sure it's parallel. There. And then again, okay. And to make sure that the fold is in the same place on the other piece, fold it here and then mark it there and there, so I know where to fold it. There we go. And then again, press it in my sharp crease. And fold those in there like that. Now the next step is to make the house shape. I'm measuring it out so that it fits into the L of my hand. So that's the roof peak there. And just run the line there to give me a guide. So that's cut out there. There we are. So that's going to be the house shape there. Now the next step is to fold it over to make the sides the right height. So folding it at 90 degrees, so I'm lining that up against the edge there. Again, marking it there. So again on this side. Line it up against that edge there to make sure it's at the right angles. And then bring it through there like that. And then the next step is to cut the tab so that it is the length of the height of the side of the house. Yeah. And then this tab here is cut to another V there because that's what we're going to glue the roof onto. There we are. So that's the basic shape of the house there. The next step is the roof. I'm going to use red. And you could do your house so that it's red with the blue roof, so it's like red bricks and grey slate. But I've chosen to do it this way around. Right, again, we're going to fold this in half. There we are. Now we need the roof to be the same size as the front of the house. So I'm going to mark the length of the roof. There to there. Make it very slightly bigger. Like that. And then the same on this side. There to there. I'm going to get a ruler to draw a line across. There. So you can see that way. And then the next step is to cut it through. There we have it. And then the roof is the width of the side of the house, that's that width there. So I'm marking it again. There. And there. So we cut this through here like that. There, so this will be sitting on top here. And the next bit is to make a piece that's going to go support the middle section of the house. So again, I'm going to mark it's going to be less than the height of the house. It's going to be the width plus 2 tabs, so that makes it that width there. Tab there, just check it. So that's that width there, that width there. Do it again up here. cut straight down. And before I cut it across, I'll just mark where I want the tabs. There we are. So we can fold the tabs there and there. Again on this side. A little bit out there, so I'll just correct that. There we go. Right. Because of the peak of the house, we want to cut off the corners. And that should fit in that space there. Like that. That's good. So popping that flat, I'm going to glue this tab in with a glue stick. Press it quite hard with your finger on there to make sure it sticks in. See, got a little bit of glue on there. I don't really want that there, so I'm wiping that off. Okay, right, before we assemble the house, we need to do the design on the front. So we're going to have a door on this side here. So I'm drawing it in pencil roughly first. And then we're going to have a window here. Now I'm making this a big window because this is where the family that's in the house are going to be. And then there's some upstairs windows here. Okay. Now for the windows, I'm going to use this iridescent paper. Iridescent is the way it reflects the light, so it's nice and shiny. So it's like the windows reflecting the light on the house. So I'm going to cut some that are going to be the size of those windows. And also using this makes the house much shinier and more exciting. Yeah. So again, a bit of glue on that. There we are, there's one window. And I'll cut another one here. So that'll be the second window. Just needs to be a little bit smaller. There we go. And there. Right, then for the window here, where the people are going to be, I'm going to get some white card. Get a little square of white card. That's a little bit too big, so I'll trim it down. There we are. So I'm going to stick that on. Like that. So you can see you're getting the house forming here. Okay. Right, I'm going to do a fine liner on the, oh, this is quite a thick one. Right then, I think for this one here we're going to have somebody waving in the window. I'm going to be smiling. And there might be two people in this house. know, because there can be people that you are in your house or in the house that you want to go to. So there they are, draw them in there and put a bit of colour in. So I've got one on here, and do a little bit of pink around the face. Not everybody's pink. So obviously you can use different colours as appropriate. And brown hair. Make the little features a bit stronger. And the purple top. And then the blue top. Maybe a tree in the background. So just see the corner of a Christmas tree. And the next thing, lots of people decorate the fronts of the houses. So we're going to decorate the front of this house. But before we do that, I think we can give it a blue door. There we go. A little bit thinner to fit the drawing. Right, for the decoration I use a bit of blue, shiny blue, a bit like tinsel. So I'm going to cut a little strip off here, and then to make it sort of tinsely, keep one end flat and then scrunch it up, concertina it up like a bit of decoration, a bit of tinsel you might see in the house. So we've got crinkly bits here. Put a bit there, a bit of glue on the ends, so there's a bit of glittery glue stuff across the top there, and we might continue it through onto the other side, like that. Now I've got to keep it away from the creases because that's where it's going to be bending, so we don't want too much stuff. I'm not pressing it down because when the card folds, it's all going to be squashed flat. There we go. Obviously you can build up as much decoration as you like. I've got a bit of gold card here as well, so I'll put that underneath the window frame. There we go. And if you've got people visiting the house, you might want the door to be open. So I'm just going to cut this part here. There we are. So the door is slightly open now. Okay, so I've got this part assembled here, so that's all the decoration and stuff on the front of the house. Little loose bit here. Glue that back on to make sure it's all done. There we go. There's a little Christmassy front house. Right. That's going to be attached to the back of a piece of card. So this is a sheet of A4, white card. Again, the first thing you do is fold it. Okay. Then the house is going to fit here, but to make sure that we glue the tabs in the right place, we're going to put the house upside down, line it up along the bottom, and then we can draw a faint line along the side, and then along the side again. Okay, so that shows us where the house is going to go. There we are. So that's going to go there. But before we glue that on, we might want to write on your greeting. We're now at the point we can glue the house onto the card. So I'll turn it over. We need to apply glue onto the tabs. Like that. So we've got a point here to line up against the edge of the house, there. We've got one there to line up against, there. Pressing onto the glue quite hard, and again quite hard there. And the centrepiece goes along the crease. So you can see the two bits on the side fixed in and the middle section there. So that will work by when the card folds, so it's folding in like that. You can see it's still quite stiff. So I'm folding it in and holding it in position and then pressing quite hard. There. So it should open out again. The card is opened up. I'll work that again, see if it still works. Okay, it flops around like this because the roof isn't on yet. What the roof does is hold it in position. So we've got our roof that we cut earlier. That's this part here. There. And that's going to be glued onto these two tabs here and here. And again on the tab there. This is the bit where you wish you had longer fingers so you can glue the tabs on. So I'm going to use the end of the pen and I'm going to push the tab onto the card. And again on this side here. Okay, so it's folding in like that. There we go. Folds like that. And it sits upright there. At Christmas, we usually get visitors, so we need to think about who we might visit. So we can draw on some bits of card to make some extra characters. So here's one I've drawn earlier, just like I've drawn those characters there. So we've got 3 people, father, wife, daughter, with a parcel. So we can glue that on there because they're coming into the house. And what should happen is, when we fold up, as in that, fold out, they are visiting. You might want more visitors, you could draw them on here. You could have an extra tab coming out here with them on. You could have people, you could have an inscription here, a greeting to different people. You could have a greeting on here. And because this is now A5 folded, you can send this in an A5 envelope.